Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in as the next president of the Republic of Kenya. I know some people are going to disagree, others are going to agree. But I want you guys to spare me around 10 minutes to explain to you guys why Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in as the next president of the Republic of Kenya. But before I do that, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, please click that subscribe button. To the subscribers, if you enjoy this one, also please give it thumbs up. Now, why do I believe that Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in as the next president of the Republic of Kenya? Number one is what I call the pattern of the Kenyan presidency. If you study the pattern of the Kenyan presidency, it is always old, young, old, young, old, young. If you doubt, let us go back into history. The first president of the Republic of Kenya was none other than Jomo Kenyatta. How old was Jomo Kenyatta when he became the president of the Republic of Kenya? Jomo Kenyatta was an old man. Who succeeded Jomo Kenyatta? Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. How old was Moi when he became the president of the Republic of Kenya? He was in early 50s, which means Moi was a young man when he became the president of the Republic of Kenya. Who took over from Moi? Moi Kibaki. How old was Moi Kibaki when he became the president of the Republic of Kenya? Moi Kibaki was very old, in fact, on a wheelchair. Then who succeeded Moi Kibaki? President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Tell me how William Ruto is going to break that pattern. Tell me how Wajakoya is going to break that pattern. So the next president of the Republic of Kenya is going to be an old man. So I don't want to disturb you much, but just look at the presidential candidates. And the old man amongst them is going to be your next president after the elections. And these patterns are not only confined to Kenya. If you go to Tanzania, they also have a pattern of their presidency. And their pattern is on religion. If you look at former presidents of Tanzania, and anybody from Tanzania who is here can actually raise his hand and confirm. The founding father of Tanzania was Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Nyerere was a Christian. Who succeeded Nyerere? Ali Hassan Mwinyi. Mwinyi was a Muslim. Who succeeded Mwinyi? Benjamin Mkapa. Benjamin Mkapa was a Christian. Who succeeded Benjamin Mkapa? President Kikwete. Kikwete was a Muslim. Who succeeded Kikwete? John Pombe Magufuli. Magufuli was a Christian. Who succeeded Magufuli? Suluhu, President Suluhu, a Muslim. Again, in Tanzania, the next president after Suluhu is going to be a Christian. You can't break that. That's how things are designed. So the next president of the Republic of Kenya, based on the pattern of the presidency, is going to be an old man. And you know who that old man is. So that's the first reason why Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in. The second reason why Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in as the next president of the Republic of Kenya is what I call William Ruto mistakes. William Ruto and his allies. President Uhuru Kenyatta is the current president of the Republic of Kenya. When there was that debate between Martha Karua and Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua spent most of his time attacking President Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm 100% sure the president was glued to his TV. I'm 100% sure the people who matter in this country were glued on their TV. Tell me if these people or those people can hand over the presidency to Ruto. Because handing over the presidency to Ruto would mean handing over the presidency to Rigathi Gachagua, handing over the presidency to Alice Wahome, to Ndindi Nyoro, and to the rest. The fact is, William Ruto's mistakes is also one of the reasons why Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in as the next president of the Republic of Kenya. The third reason is historical injustices. This country has had problems, what is called historical injustices, where Jaramogi was humiliated, where Raila Odinga was denied his victory. And because of those historical injustices, majority of the people of Kenya believes very strongly that it is time now to repay those sins. Majority of Kenyans believe that the beef between Jaramogi and Kenyatas is what led to Kikuyu and the Luo rivalry. And in this year's election, the Kikuyu nation are going to make Raila Odinga the next president of the Republic of Kenya, so that historical injustice is sorted out. And once it's sorted out, then Kenya will go back to the normal path. Without sorting that historical injustices, elections in this country will never be free and fair, because there will always be that fear of betrayal. And because of that, Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in as the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Number 4 is Mandelas Moment. In politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Mandela served one term as the president of South Africa. Raila Odinga is expected to serve for one term as the president of the Republic of Kenya. That term is supposed to serve as a transition to the next individual. So majority of those who want to be the president, the deep state who have interest, and many others are keen on who will become the president of the Republic of Kenya in 2027. 2022 is already a done deal. So Ruto will one day become the president, but not this one. Mudavadi has a chance, but not this one. Kalonzo Musyoka has a chance, but not this one. This moment is Raila's moment. It's going to be Mandela's moment, so that Kenya can have new presidents after 2027. Number 5 is international networks. There is no way you can become the president of a country without international networks. You can even check the history of this country. We've had presidents. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta was the first president of the Republic of Kenya. He had the support of the British. That's why he served. Daniel Toroitich arap Moi was lucky. He became the president because of the death of Jomo Kenyatta. When Jomo Kenyatta died, the constitution was very clear that Moi was taking over automatically. So Moi was lucky. You go to Mwai Kibaki. Mwai Kibaki is was a highly respected economist in this country who had serious international networks. In fact, Kibaki was respected internationally to an extent that at some point they wanted to make him, I think, the head of IMF or World Bank. So Kibaki had that international support. So because he studied outside there, he had created a name for himself. In the economics world, he was top there. So his name was easily acceptable to the international community. Raila Odinga, for example, was never made the president because the international community were fighting. There were those who were for his ideology, who were leaning towards the East, while those who mattered then wanted someone who was leaning towards the West. And that's why they reached out to Uhuru Kenyatta. Why? Because Uhuru Kenyatta's father had those contacts from the British. He inherited them. In this country, the other person who might be having international networks, apart from Raila Odinga, is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. But Kalonzo Musyoka is not on the ballot, which means Raila Odinga is the only individual with the international connections. So Raila Odinga is going to be sworn in. And lastly is what I call the deep state. You know, the deep state always had issues with Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Odinga was previously viewed as a firebrand politician. And because he was viewed as firebrand politician, he was feared that if he was handed over the presidency, if he was sworn in, he was going to bring radical changes to the country. And nobody was ready for radical changes to this country. What William Ruto is suggesting now, William Ruto is currently firebrand. And being a firebrand politician, he cannot become the president until that time when he will rebrand. Raila Odinga has already rebranded. That's number one. Number two, there is this socialist versus capitalist. There was fear amongst the deep state that Raila Odinga was going to redistribute wealth to Kenyans, because Kenya is a capitalist state, whereby when you are poor, you are poor. If you are rich, you are rich. But Raila Odinga believes in social justice, where wealth are distributed so that as much as everybody might have, we don't have very poor people. So Raila Odinga has rebranded. Today, Raila Odinga is actually viewed as a capitalist. And that's why William Ruto is running away with that hustler narrative. What Ruto does not know is that Raila Odinga realized that running on that platform cannot make him the president. He needed to conform, become part of the capitalist, because in this country, capitalists are the people who matter. And just as a bonus, I think the coup could also have been a contributing factor why Raila Odinga has never or was never allowed to become the president. And you add also to the Luo factor, where there were people who feared that if Raila Odinga became the president, the Luo nation would sit on everybody. They would speak English with their nose, they'll put on very smart in offices, being strict, ensuring that everything is done according to the laws. I don't know what you think. Do you think Ruto will break the pattern of the old, young, old, young? Do you think his allies will be allowed to become president so that they can jail Uhuru Kenyatta? What about Mandelas Moment? Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.